today's morning meeting, even though it's happening at noon, it's still the morning meeting. We will be doing these in an ongoing fashion for the next little bit, but our first kind of opportunity to welcome some very important people from the HotPod community here today. Mr. Hufnagel, you want to say hello to everybody?
Good morning, Hopog High School and community.
Awesome. And Mrs. Pincus, you want to say hi?
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you or not see you. Hope you're here with us.
Great. So some very special guests. So we're doing this a little bit differently today. I'm going to ask them to kind of chime in with their thinking about, where we're at, what they're nervous about, what they're excited about, any other thoughts that they have kind of going on. I might ask a couple follow-up questions, maybe not. And feel free to put your questions in via the Google form on the classroom. I'll post it again as we're going here, but that'll indicate to us some things that maybe you're interested in knowing. And then we'll go from there. And I actually have one question for Mr. Hufnagel and then one question for Mrs. Pincus separately, but we can do that in a little bit. Mr. Hufnagel, why don't you start us off and talk to us about where you're at, thinking about things right now.
Well, as of right now, I'm thinking that, everything that the students are missing, but we're going to try to make it as seamless as possible, under these conditions. I'm hopefully everybody is safe and healthy at home. And while we're here for you, I want everybody to know that in any capacity, clubs, sports, classes, obviously, Mrs. Pincus and I are involved in a lot of different things. We have students that might seek different things and expect different things. And I know Mrs. Pincus and I and everybody else in the faculty are going to be here for you. So I just want everybody to know that.
Beautiful, Mr. Hufnagel. Thank you. And that sentiment has been shared pretty widely, and I appreciate it. Mrs. Pincus, take us from here. What are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking about lots of things. Obviously, I'm missing my classes and my students and my colleagues. So I can imagine that you are as well. The kids are as well. I'm excited about the opportunity of seeing how this technology stuff works, and I'm excited to forge forward and learn myself. As always, my students are some of my biggest teachers, and I think throughout this I'll learn a lot more. And as Mr. Hufnagel said, I hope that everyone is well. I hope everyone's safe. I hope that you will reach out, that you won't be afraid to reach out, or that you'll stop and think that there are people here for you to help out. We've gotten a tremendous amount of support from the administration in terms of this morning hearing about different things that are being put into place for us as well as the students. And so I'm positive about what we can do moving forward. So that's kind of it.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to keep it light here with the next couple of questions. So I'm going to ask funny questions, and you guys will have a minute or two to answer. I'm going to start with Ruthie, Mrs. Pincus. We might go back and forth between first name and last name, but that's okay. So yesterday on our chat, you indicated that you're cooking a lot.
Well, this is kind of miraculous for myself and my family. It's true. Not that I'm not a cook. I do cook, but I am never, ever home. So I think one of the really positive things about this for me has been learning to sit still and be in the same place. And well, I love my home and I appreciate my home, I think now even more so. So yeah, we've been making my daughter's home and my son's home, and we've been taking turns making dinner and making dinner together. So it's, been great family time, but that's the cooking story.
That's awesome. Well, now I'm going to ask a more specific cooking story, which is and Mr. Hufnagel, I'll ask you to answer this one too after Mrs. Pincus. If I were to ask, well, let me ask you first. What has been your favorite meal to cook and sit down with your family over the last week and a half that you remember just enjoying the whole experience, the food, the setting, etc.? Go for it.
Well, yesterday we had Taco Tuesday. So
Taco
Taco
Tuesday.
Tuesday. We are literally naming each night. We're not sure what Wednesday is yet, but it's kind of evolving during the day. We wake up in the morning. It's usually the first question my husband asks me, "What are we having for dinner?" and and we bandy about what we've decided to have. So I'll keep you on the edge of your seat, finding out what tonight is.
Excellent. Keep us updated. All right, Mr. Hufnagel, what would you say has been your favorite meal that you've experienced with your family, or maybe even independently in a room by yourself and quiet? I don't know. What's your favorite meal over the
Well,
last couple of weeks?
it's definitely a good thing that we're all home, so we do get to have dinner together, as I'm sure a lot of people are sharing that sentiment. And as far as the favorite meal, uh, let's see, pretty pretty open to anything. Me and Mrs. Huff kind of share the
Uh,
cooking duties.
Hold on, Mr. Hufnagel. I made a mistake here, guys.
But I
Students,
love this. I'm seeing them.
it's really good.
This is great.
Hey. All right, I'm gonna hopefully I've limited the amount of other folks that'll join. This is good. So if you're popping on, we're gonna keep it going. You are on the actual chat, not just if you guys don't mind muting your screens if you can. And just know if you're on, you're being recorded. So it's important that you understand that you're being recorded. And that's all right. So Dennis, if you don't mind muting yours, Jayne, if you can mute yours, and we'll just have myself, Mrs. Pincus, and Mr. Hufnagel go at it. But I might ask you guys some chats and questions, and if I do, then just jump in, and we'll have you answer. So unmute yourself at that point. So Mr. Hufnagel, can you continue again? Sorry, what was the favorite meal?
Favorite meal is probably anything barbecued, and it also kicks off the spring season once I break the barbecue out. So it's symbolic and tasty.
Awesome. Yeah. Ours is, we've gotten it up and going once so far here. It's been fun. Dennis, I think you're ready. All right. The question is, what is your favorite meal you've had over the last couple weeks as you've sat around and maybe had like a unique family dinner? Just curious, what's been your favorite meal?
Ooh, I've been making a lot of barbecue as well, Mr. Hufnagel. Also, I made mashed potatoes, and you know what? I made them, and then I made them again from a whole family, and that's sort of just been what's going on. As well as desserts,
Awesome.
you know, I can't live without those.
He's a big baker.
Awesome.
Dennis is a
Is
big
he?
baker. Yeah. Oh, you bet. He's amazing.
There is a loaf
Yes.
of banana bread sitting next to me as we speak. Just
Yes,
saying.
you walk past me every day and have it for the last 2 years. It's like 200 plus days, and I've gotten nothing.
For Christmas, I left something on your desk.
Oh, okay. All right. I missed the human interaction. Anyway,
Oh,
I guess we'll have more of those as we go here.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis, if you don't mind muting, and then I'm going to ask Jeff Kramer, if you are there, jump on in and tell us a little bit about your favorite meal. But you have to have a video.
yeah, we got to see your face, Jeff. I want to say I like your shirt.
Jeff, turn your mic on.
Like his shirt anyway.
Okay, Jayne, I like his shirt anyway.
All right, Jeff, I don't know what happened to you. Jayne, what's been your favorite meal? If you want to jump in, if you feel comfortable jumping in,
I'm
we'd
just
love
a
to see you.
listener.
You're just a listener? Okay, that's cool.
I'm just a listener.
That's totally cool. Mrs. Griffin, if you are there and want to pop on and say hello, that's totally okay as well. The question right now is, what's been your favorite meal over the last couple of weeks?
Mr. Cook, do you have to unmute him?
No, they should be able to unmute themselves. Yeah, the restrictions are you unmute yourself.
Can you unmute yourself, Mrs. Griffin?
She might not be there anymore.
No, we just lost. There's
She's
Jeff.
saying something.
Yeah, I see. Who's a lip reader?
I got it. Can you hear me?
Jeff is in. All right, Jeff, why don't you take it forward? What has been your favorite meal so far?
All right. Well, first off, I hope everyone's well and healthy. And man, my favorite meal. So my sister's like a really like gourmet cook. So Oh, jeez. Okay, so she made this. It's called orange chicken. I'm not sure what like. It's kind of
Excellent.
like chicken, barbecue chicken, but with like orange juice in it. It was kind of weird at first, but I kind of grew to like it. So yeah, not bad. Oh, and
Jeff, I like your shirt.
you too, Miss Pincus. And she also made really good chocolate pudding, so that was pretty good too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Jeff, well, appreciate you jumping on. This is wonderful. If you can mute yourself, that'd be great.
Galvanized.
Galvanize. Jeff comes in on a daily basis and is a wonderful greeter in the morning. So Jeff, thanks for being on here. Dennis and Jayne, you too. Really appreciate it. Mrs. Griffin, are you there? You want to talk to us about your favorite meal?
I don't know if I've had a favorite meal since I've been home, but it's nice to see everybody. I miss everybody.
Good. All right. Next question is somebody that you think you should kind of pick up the phone and connect with over the next week or so that, you know, maybe you're out due for a conversation with, or you're thinking, oh, I haven't touched base with this person in a while. I'll kick it off. One of my best friends is his wife is due with their first child. They live in Connecticut. We've been texting a little bit, but they're due like any day. And we've been texting a little bit, but I think over the course of today or tomorrow, I'll pick up the call, see if we can get in touch a little bit. And, you know, this is going to be an incredible experience for them. And the hospital is going to be a really different setting. So just trying to extend some love their direction. Mrs. Pincus, what do you got?
I actually started a list of people that I know that are alone at this time, because I think that it would be particularly hard for people who don't have family with them. So I've made a list of my friends who, either are living alone, whether it's in the city or even far away. And daily I've been hitting that list and trying to get in touch with people, because I think it's important to reach out. And I'm also finding the video chatting is great for me as well as for them. It really feeds me to see people that I'm missing. So I've been getting online. I've been Zooming, kids. I've been Zooming, and I've been doing the Google Meet and hanging out with friends a little bit each day. It's important.
Awesome. Mr. Hufnagel, what about you?
I've been keeping in touch with everybody through text, but you brought up a good point. Even your friend in Connecticut, you said you've touched base with text, but you should give them a call. Made me think that sometimes, the voice, is more affectionate than just written words. So you made me think about this. So I don't have a list yet, but I'm definitely going to rethink that. Even if it's just, a hello, it's a lot more personal. And I know the technology has helped, and this, the younger generation really just all about the text. But it wouldn't hurt to hear someone's voice.
Right.
Yeah. And I'd say both Mrs. Pincus and Mr. Hufnagel, you both have voices that are warming and comforting. So I imagine there are people in your lives who would benefit immensely from hearing them.
Thank you.
Mrs. Griffin, you want to respond to that too? Anybody you've been in touch with that you've been eager to touch base with?
The kids have been getting a little stir crazy at home. So I put them in the car the other night and we did drive-bys at some of their friends' houses. So we stayed in the car and their friends stayed on the lawn, but we could talk out the window and wave. And I just think it was good for them to see people other than my husband and I. I am missing the natural helpers. I was on a phone conference with Miss Lopez before my intern, and that was one of her first questions too. So thinking about maybe ways next week to set up some meets with some of the kids in that program so we can at least see each other and say hi. It's always such a nice group of supportive people. So yeah, and it's nice to see everybody from work.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
I think that's interesting that you're saying that, Ms. Griffin, because I was thinking there, that I wanted to touch base with like my presidents, because they would have the pulse of kids that might not naturally think to reach out at this time, even though we are there for them, you know. And the natural helpers, I think, is a great way, you know, to touch base with kids who are touching base with kids.
Right. Thanks.
So
Very good. Very good. And yes, remembering what we have at our disposal within the building and, well, outside of the building now, but the same organizations and same people that can be at our fingertips here. So, listen, this has been really good. This is about 20 minutes of a morning meeting, again, in the afternoon version. Appreciate the students and the faculty and the community members who've been involved. We'll keep going on these. Tomorrow's will be at 9 a.m. And then after that, we might move them up a little bit. Again, recording them and putting them out there. I think the sweet spot is going to be about 10 to 12 minutes. Mr. Hufnagel, Mrs. Pincus, Mrs. Griffin, Jeff, Jayne, Dennis, thank you for being on our first edition here. Again, it's been recorded. We'll put it up on the classroom shortly. And really grateful for all of you, and hope the people that are watching it have enjoyed it too. And I guess we're doing this just in time before my children are starting to lose their minds about 10 feet away from me. So that draws us to an end. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Have a great day.
You too.
bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Be well.
Bye.
Everybody be
Dennis,
well.
make me something.
Okay.
Me too, Dennis.
Stay
All right.
galvanizing.
Bye, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.